Hey guys, today I have a matching Kenmore washer and electric dryer set. And right now this one's getting started, super heavy towel load, but we did the deep water wash, so it's just about full submersion. It's got the agitator, getting everything mixed up. I've got an extra lid striker here plugged in, so I'm gonna be able to show you what's going on as we move through. Kind of as if you were standing here yourself checking it out, you get to see that everything's working perfect. So we'll let it move on. I'm gonna show you that the drain works. Obviously you see agitation and water pulls in. Then I'm gonna show you that it's got a nice, fast, smooth final spin cycle. Then when it's all done, we'll move the clothes over to the dryer and I'll show you everything on the dryer. Now for the hookup of your washer, you might consider a set of steel braided hoses like this pack here. I've got a link to both of these in the description. If you have trouble finding it, you can just click that. Also supports the channel, so we really appreciate that. But you can see here you've got blue for cold water, red, so it's easy to keep them apart. Now the steel braided is important because the cheap rubber ones have a tendency to swell and burst, and you definitely don't want that happening, especially if you're not home. And then a surge protector, there's many different styles, and I got a couple linked in the description. I kind of like this one because I'm always plugging other things in, but you can also get dedicated ones. You just want to make sure that it's 900 joules or higher, and that's going to protect your washing machine and the electronics on it. This one also has I believe that's a 4-foot cable on it too. So something like that to protect the electronics on it, super important. And this pretty much covers the washer. All right, we're moving out of the wash cycle. Just draining that water out nice and fast. From here, it's gonna move into the rinse and final spin. All right, final spin cycle. And again, we're able to open this up because I got an extra one of these. But as you can see, it's spinning that super heavy towel load, nice and fast, nice smooth operation. And it looks and sounds great. All right, we'll let that finish up and move over to the dryer. All right, now when talking about hooking up the dryer, a couple of things you're gonna need. You're gonna need to find out what type of power cord you're gonna need. These are all considered accessories, and they do not come with a new dryer or a used dryer typically. This is a 3-prong power cord. It's like that there, has 3 hookups for the back, and it's 30 amp. You wanna make sure you don't get a 50 amp that has a straight one here. That's for a stove. You want to make sure you get the right one for a dryer. And I've got these linked in the listing description also for you there. Now this is a 4-prong, so it looks a little different, but it still has the L there versus a straight one, because they also sell this in a 50 amp for a stove. Very similar, so you want to make sure you get the right one for a dryer. You can take a picture of your plug in your laundry room and match it up, make sure you get the right one. This goes on the back of the dryer, and then it extends out to wherever your wall hookup is. Super important to make sure you get one. It's easy to use. A lot of them have a flathead screwdriver on it to tighten it down. I like these wings here. You could just do it by hand. It's so much easier because every 3 or 4 months you're going to want to take this off and clean it out, so this makes it a lot easier to do. And then lastly, I always recommend a good dryer sheet, and I do not do fabric softener in any of the washers that I use or the one at home. Fabric softener is like putting glue in your machine. Eventually it gums everything up. Use 2 or 3 of these and you get the same softness effect on your clothes, but it doesn't mess anything up. So that's kind of the essentials there for your dryer. All right, so now we have that washer clean and cleared out. We can remove this. So that is good to go. We come over here to the matching electric dryer. We've got lint trap on top, so we'll make sure that gets clean before each and every load. You've got a cycle signal, so you can turn the buzzing on or off. We can control how hot the heat is gonna be. And then you have a few different options for a few different cycles. We've got it on time dry, which is high heat, and got the heat set to max. I'm gonna show you that it is in fact heating like it's supposed to, so everything's tumbling right inside the heating element tube. You can see it's nice and hot with the heat coming into that tube right there. And just kind of push everything back in there. Push to start. Of course, you'll have your vent hose hooked up on the back. We kind of talked about that. But we'll go ahead and get these listed up for sale. I do appreciate y'all taking the time to watch my video. Thanks, you have a great day.